Hi everybody, I'm Philip Duncan. Thanks for joining us. Well, I hope you had a great long weekend. The weather was certainly a little bit unpredictable in some areas. We saw some thunderstorms, some hail and even some snow, but also plenty of sunshine as well. Here's the animated wind map for Tuesday, and you can see these two very small low pressure systems to the north. A little surprising because we actually had a fair amount of fog around Auckland and Waikato over the morning, but these two lows are just dragging in a few showers, nothing too dramatic, but a few showers coming in for Tuesday. Otherwise, pretty calm around the country. We saw some big frosts into the deep south and frosty weather right across the South Island and further north into the North Island as well. High pressure dominates out here in the Tasman Sea, and that's really going to be the forecast for the next couple of days. Here's lunchtime Wednesday, the high out in the Tasman here. We've got a very weak low pressure system and generally speaking a southerly flow around the country. It might just produce a few showers here and there. Otherwise, it's actually fairly cold and frosty in the mornings, especially in the South Island. And you see this blue line, this sort of squiggly piece of spaghetti on the screen. Basically everything south of that indicating pretty cold weather. So we do expect extensive frosts again on Wednesday morning, especially through the South Island and the inland parts of the North Island. Once we get to Thursday, it's a showery, cold southerly for these eastern areas, but it's pretty much hugging that eastern coastline. So if you're not getting the showers, you'll be getting the cloud. And that's in places like Wairarapa, Hawke's Bay, Gisborne. I would say northern Hawke's Bay and Mahia Peninsula most exposed to that cold southerly as it comes through. The South Island, high pressure stretching in for you. Same story for the western side or western half of the North Island. So things are settling down, more frost and a cold start on Thursday. To Friday, again, another frosty start, although the frosts may be retreating just a little bit by the time we reach Friday. That's simply because we've got a slight change in airflow down here, a bit more of a westerly coming in. And that blue line we were talking about before might be a bit hard to see, but it's retreated right down to that very southern coastline. So it just means Friday might be a degree warmer. It won't be very noticeable, but for some of you, you may well feel it. And then into the weekend now, here's your Saturday forecast, and it's looking pretty messy. We've got a low to the north here. Now, for the most part, we think this is not going to affect us unless the models shift it further south, but if they stay like this, it's well north of New Zealand, just probably bringing in a bit of high cloud. You notice there's a high up here to the northeast. Well, that spreads a little ridge down, very narrow one for some North Island areas, but this is the main feature, this very big low coming in with westerlies and a bit of rain ahead of it. Saturday may well be fairly dry for most places, but as the day goes on, in comes this system, and look at these isobars wrapped up tight, indicating a southerly coming through. We might be getting some snowy weather again by this weekend. Great news for the skiers, and we'll update you farmers and growers a little bit later on in the week. That is all for me. Enjoy the short week. Don't forget weatherwatch.co.nz. We're New Zealand's first choice for a second opinion. We'll catch you again on Wednesday.